Hey friends, hey family, take two. Yeah. Let's try this again. So I was speaking about making the space and clearing some space and pulling back a little bit, coming back to center. To breathe, because this has been so intense. Yeah. This energy, the emotions that are arising, that are surfacing, that are emerging, that are wanting to be known and felt and maybe just allowed and accepted, included, respected, acknowledged, listened to, heard, seen. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of the stuff from when I was a kid, from when I was a child and a teenager and a young woman, stuff, is coming up now. All those things had been suppressed, repressed, and buried, and not allowed, disallowed. Like, are all clamoring and asking for, that attention and that validation, a safe place just to be without needing to be justified or explained or proven why they're worthy parts of the whole. And so, yeah, with this Scorpio full moon, it's very transformational space. Yeah. Can I make space for it? Without having to do anything. Just be. Allowed to be in radical acceptance, like allowing what is to be and allowing what's been to have been, and be willing to allow what will be, like to be, just to be, like where I am, like becoming all I am, for all I am, through all I am, for all I am, through all I am. Here I am, like come back right here to what is in this moment. And so, last night I was reading a little article on the Scorpio Full Moon by Anima Mundi Herbals. And there was something that caught my eye that was, pretty deep. And so I just wrote down some of these things to share, and I'll put the link in the description box for this, little transmission. And the Scorpio Full Moon may offer a glimpse of some of the opposite traits that spring from your nature, the Pisces moon. So it's like looking at like each astrological moon sign and how this Scorpio moon might affect like people with different moon signs. And so I'm a moon in Pisces. And for me, this little message came through. So it'll offer a glimpse of some of the opposite traits that spring from your nature, Pisces moon. It can be challenging to be with the tension that this produces. After all, how can a person be simultaneously greedy and generous, or both thoughtful and reckless? So the mythical sage Lao Tzu's verses may help untie knotted thoughts. And so that was funny, because I've been feeling like tied up in knots and bound in certain ways, and to old loyalties that have tied me to a false sense of loyalty. And so, Lao Tzu's verses: the highest virtue is not virtuous, therefore it has virtue. So the highest virtue is not virtuous, therefore it has virtue. The lowest virtue holds on to virtue, therefore it has no virtue. Think about that one. Contemplate that. Or perhaps what should be abolished must first be cherished. And so, rather than condemning and judging myself for not being where, what, how I believed I should be. Why not just allow that to be what it is? Acknowledge it, think it, bless it, allow it, and just let me be as I am. Instead of forcing myself to be something that I'm not right now. But knowing that I hold both and, not either or. And also embracing like the space of not knowing so that I can allow the space of the knowing to come through not knowing. And trusting that it's okay not to know, and it's okay to let go. And there's a part of me that knows. And there's a part of me that doesn't know. And that both are right. And it's like a game of hide and seek. And letting go of certainty, because that's another tie, like that bound, like me, in like this false perfectionism and this false reality, this false identity. Another tie, identity. And so I just did a little writing today. Full moon in Scorpio, interesting exercise for working with this energy. I am both and, not either or. I am of both worlds. I am one within. I am one without. I am the one who speaks. I am the one who does not speak. I am seen and unseen. I am named and unnameable. I am both patient and impatient. I am both giving and withholding. I am both kind and cruel. I am both forgiving and unforgiving. I am both calm and unsettled. I am both happy and dissatisfied. I am both rich and poor. I am both wise and foolish. I am both creative and dual. I am both shown and hidden. I am both lost and found. I am both caring and apathetic. I am both angry and peaceful. I am both held and uncontained. I am both wild and conditioned. I am both master and servant. I am both novice and sage. I am allowed. Love allows all you are. Wow, and just being in this space and knowing that I am allowed, and I can allow myself, I am that love for myself that I need to allow all the parts of myself. And coming from that space, oh, that feels so spacious and grounded and centered, yeah. It feels free. Full of possibility, like being empty and not expecting, like letting go of those expectations go that I had, like required and demanded of me. Like, wow. Dissolving like some of those things and then being at peace with not feeling at peace. And so, yeah, one of the totems that came back around today was wasp. And yeah, the stinger, you know, sometimes life stings. And sometimes we get stung. And am I gonna like keep being angry because I got stung, and not accept that and not allow that there's that possibility of, you know, feeling this wound that's so uncomfortable? Am I gonna just scream at it and judge it and tell it how awful it is? Or am I gonna like show up for myself in a loving, responsive, caring way? Or am I just gonna resist, like that I got stung? And just be stuck here with that, you know, So some of it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I just want to ask myself, why can't you get over that? You know, like some of this. Like, why do I need to hang on to it? Why am I holding on to it? Like, because I want some of my family members to see, like, the parts that they played in this wounded family and the family dysfunction and the patterns that were playing out. Because I don't want them to see me as uncaring and, yeah, but I've been invested in and attached to how the way they see me defines my value, my worth, my sense of self, my entirety. Like, and I have to let that go. Because I have played, like, many false roles that I felt like were genuine for me to play for them. And I've had, like, a lot of disappointments, too, where I modified and manipulated myself to get my needs met. And I always felt resentful and disappointed and disillusioned when they couldn't meet my needs because, you know, like the transactional thing that we learned. Yeah, to play in. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. But yeah, and they just leave me high and dry in certain ways where I've shown up for them. It just was like a slap in the face, and like that rejection sensitive wounding. I was there and just kind of wanting to pull away and lick my wounds because I don't feel like they're reliable or available or can hold the space to have empathy for me and for themselves and like really look at their complicity in continuing and perpetuating harm and abuse and deception and exclusion. Like, these parts of you, yes, we like, but those other parts, they're not allowed. So you need to stomp them down because it makes us uncomfortable. So you need to make us comfortable, and you need to reinforce our stories and the identities we've created to play in this game with us. And what if I don't want to play anymore? And I'm just like soul sick or sick to my stomach about some of the things, like where I just don't have the energy or the want or the will to pretend or to make myself into shapes that I'm not, to be something that I'm not. So, you know, taking a page from the mirror and looking at where I'm doing that to myself, unknowingly, unconsciously. So wasp and alchemizing, you know, that pain and that venom. Let's see, Colette Baron Reed. Wasp. Or where are ya? Where is wasp? $188. Sometimes life stings. Oracle message. Not all that spirit creates in nature is easy to love, but when we look through the eyes of wasp spirit, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there is a purpose for pain, just as there is purpose for wasps in the natural world. Wasps keep insect populations down, supporting the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life may hurt, and you may feel deeply disappointed or even resentful that wasp spirit has shown up But you will soon come to see that Spirit has something wonderful in store for you. You may well come to realize that being stung led to something far better than you had envisioned for yourself. Perhaps behind the scenes, Wasp Spirit was conspiring with Spirit to ensure that you could grow something of value to you. Spirit has a plan, and Wasp Spirit plays a part. Have you ever looked back and been glad your prayers weren't answered because the path you took led to something far better? Wasp Spirit is a reminder to reflect on those times, for today's sting may hurt, but something better awaits you. Protection message: are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? Or could you have just stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer, etc. Jealousy is the false belief that you can't have what you want, or someone could take away something that was supposed to be yours. Let it go and release all those feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp Spirit has woken you up, and now you are called to trust that disappointment can lead you to a different and better path. Align with Spirit now, and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so, for the pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. Yeah, but I still feel like there is a need for me to fully let some of those internal voices and aspects speak and talk about some of the hurt. But like letting go of the blame and some of those residual feelings of resentment and hostility and bitterness and incredulity, oh my god, I can't believe that you did that, I can't believe, because from my state of innocence, I can forgive, I am both innocent and guilty, and I can allow the other to have their both ands, and let go of having to split myself or any other into all good or all bad, or into just one role that they played for me. They played many roles for me, and I really didn't want them to play the villain for me, and I didn't want to play the villain for them. So it's just these inner conflicts that I've been battling with and struggling with and tangled up in. I'm kind of just relaxing and letting the ropes and the tangled web just fall and be dissolved, to align with the Spirit and the Spirit of love and the Spirit of all and the Spirit of the whole, to include that, the pain of the pain that was a message to me, trying to get my attention, so I could respond to myself with love and through love and for love and love with love. Love allows all you are. If I can include and have appreciation for Wasp, because Wasp is so funny the last couple of years, too. I had so many funny incidences while I was feeling so angry and so enraged, and kind of working with this anger, this medicine of anger, because the cure for the pain is in the pain. And so it's just I've quit smoking for a couple months now, quit smoking tobacco, and I spent a lot of time on my front porch, and I have actually missed that. I could just go sit on the porch and relax, but I've kind of wanted to get away from yeah, my old habit, and then maybe I can start a new one. It's good and aligned with, in alignment, yeah, with who I am and who I am becoming. But yeah, this is funny. Like in the last couple of years, they were building nests underneath my chair where I was sitting, and so they were right underneath my bum. This is so funny. Yeah, and horrifying. The wasp is trying to tell me, yeah, hey. Yeah, it all has a purpose, and it's all included, and just integrate like this experience, you know. And it's been a long road of integration, assimilation, like digestion. It's been a lot, it felt like a lot of resistance to a lot of it. Like, I just don't like it. Like, it's uncomfortable, and it kind of just not wanting certain things, like, to be where they are at right now. But what else are they? You know, and what else is this? So, yeah, that's just wasp right there, and you know, the venom and like snake medicine and the scorpion. Yeah, sometimes it stings, sometimes it bites, and sometimes it sucks. But what else is it? What else could it be? What else can it be? What else will it be? What else can it be, like, for me and for we? And so yeah, like whale and dolphin, and the waters and the plants and the stones, like the elementals. Yeah, all those things coming up, bringing me joy and feeling like this creative spark and this new life inside, like that wants to rise and wants to be nurtured and held and allowed. Yeah, to be. I can allow that and remember, like, what I can be and what I can allow for me. So, whale and dolphin, duck, like, what has to do with, like, the emotions in the water and all of that. And I feel like it's so funny, like, the ducks, like, watching them on the land, in the water, and in the air. They all move differently, like, and it's so fun that they are, like, so multifaceted through all their movements. Yeah, and the way that they navigate. And it is kind of funny watching them waddle and walk. They're not very graceful on the land, but they're very graceful in the water and the air. And it's kind of funny, where all of, you know, all of their qualities, like, and all of their abilities, like, there's no one that's greater or lesser than, yeah, the other. It's just all part of a whole, like, to navigate and to create and to just be, to live, and to be in alignment with all they are, really. So if I can give that grace to myself, and not expect false perfectionism, like, and love what I was taught or what I thought and believed was wrong to be, like loving the seemingly worst parts of me and freeing myself, like not expecting me to be something other than I am right now, but actually loving myself as I am right now and allowing all that I am, instead of being that tyrant and that judge and that critic and that dismissive, devaluing tyrant that I've been so angry and furious about. And then being rejected, like the ugly duckling was rejected. The ugly duckling wasn't a duckling. The ugly duckling was a swan. So it thought it was something that it wasn't. It was trying to be something it wasn't. It was pretending to be something it wasn't. And it went through a lot of pain and sorrow But it led the swan home to knowing and remembering what he actually was. So the eagle and feathers, wholeness and lighten up, zoom out, like zoom and step back, get a whole, picture for the true whole vision. Ostrich and feathers, bee, wasp, snake and alligator, Scorpio and venom, roses and thorns, hawthorn and discernment, hedges of protection, tiger, lion, dog, wolf and cat, wisdom in action, tiger's eye, watermelon, tourmaline, labradorite, eucalyptus, amethyst, turquoise, the stone people and the standing people, blue lotus, damiana, bobinsana, unicorn, mermaid, elementals, tree, nymphs, and water sprites. Clear purpose, optimism, acceptance, allowance, loving response, yes to self, love for self, self-compassion and support, nurturance, nourishment, care, and attention, pulling back from the noise and distractions, the obligations, expectations, old programs, old attention siphons, to be here, present with myself. Listening, holding space, allowing and noticing what feelings and stories are emerging and unfurling and dissolving, what aspects, needs, and core needs to be heard. Intuition and inquiry, listening with love and integrity for the truth to guide me. So, childlike adventures, curiosity, courage, honesty, acceptance, center-rooted, open, playful, receptive, attentive, attuned, relaxed at ease, humor, lightness, turning things to see into the true nature of things. Remembrance, being one at peace, exploration, communication, clear and conscious, tenderness, no need for old defenses. I am safe. I open my heart wider. I am here. I am safe here. I am safe to be right here. Water wisdom and womb wisdom, record keepers, keys and gatekeepers, heart gate star portals, stone and plant medicine, rituals and prayers, spring action. My life is a bowl, always overflowing with so much loving for and through and within all that I am, all that I love, and all that I hold. I am so blessed, and we are. Thank God for this being, this gift of living, this gift of loving, this gift of being. Love, life, family, friends, beauty, fun, growth, wealth and love, joy, truth, remembrance. Surreal, amazing, miraculous experience to know, to love, to be ourselves. Intelligence is the ability to be yourself. So, listen, listen, listen. Listen to her. Listen to the water. Listen to the earth. Listen to my beloved. Listen to my inner child. Listen to my higher, wider self and my beloved guides, trust and discernment, attention and guided actions and inspiration, channeling loving medicine, enjoying my beautiful self and my soul-made life, my bowl of medicine, my home, cleansing and blessing rituals for our home sweet home, turtle medicine, magic waters, home and plants, mirror practices, conscious movement, stretching, play, walking, kissing the earth, kissing the hag, kissing the soul, kissing my wholeness and my brokenness, and forgiving. Wondering how the self-pity stories and the self-importance games, the ego traps play into all of this. Yeah. Trauma, shame, and escapism, running away from feelings and being blamed or exiled, self-abandoning, the construction of the false self-identity. My ability to be a chameleon, personality, and a shapeshifter, ability to diversify and relate and empathize with different peer groups. Because I have so many interests and I'm curious about everything. Yeah, it really does help me to empathize and imagine myself in another's shoes, in another's life. Not that I know for sure, but I can imagine what it would be like for me, because of the depth of compassion and love and integrity that I hold within myself, and the deep feelings that seemingly nobody really could relate to or really understand. Didn't seem to have the space for anyway, or the capacity to hold my feelings. And so I felt like my feelings were too much and they were a burden, and so I needed to deprioritize myself and caregive or appease them. And so what I get to say to myself is, your feelings are not too much for me. Your pain isn't too much for me. Your needs are valid, you are important, and you matter. You are loved, you are valued, you are legitimate, you are worthy, you are important to me. I hear you, I love you, I see you, I respect you, I appreciate you, and I thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I forgive you. I love you, I thank you, I respect you. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, and thank you. I'm here with you now. I'm here. I'm here. We're home. So, sheltering in my heart with turtle medicine, I'm going to do some exercises and just allow myself to be, and creating structure for myself and space. So I feel like I'll leave it at that for now. But I've just been looking at, I have been reviewing last few cycles within the larger cycles, and having some interesting things emerge, and I'll go into that next time, and I'll have a story from my wounded child to share. And so thank you for listening, and I hope you all are doing well and enjoying yourselves and allowing all that you are, because love allows all that you are, for all that you are, through all that you are, and all that you are. I love you, I bless you, I thank you, and I'll see you for now.